I'm Jan Radcliffe.
And I'm Roger Weber, and welcome to this edition of the Volkswagen Communications Network. The subject for today is Scirocco, the German-engineered beauty that offers just about everything you can ask of a sports car: distinctive good looks, sporty, responsive handling, outstanding performance, and lots of fun and excitement.
Scirocco just may be the most intelligent and practical combination of value and sporty performance available today. Yet many sports car enthusiasts don't know that it seats 4 adults and is very economical to operate.
When you think of how much many new car buyers are paying for some sports cars, it's a shame they don't know that they could have a Scirocco for thousands less. Yet price is only a small part of Scirocco's value story. So let's get right to today's program.
We'll be working with Volkswagen Communications Network field correspondent Chris Economaki. An ABC Wide World of Sports commentator since 1961, Chris is one of the best-known and most highly regarded autosports journalists around. First, he'll give us a brief presentation of some of the Scirocco features he thinks would appeal most to the true sports car enthusiast. Then he'll take us to a high-tech rally where Volkswagen of America salespeople recently had the opportunity to test Scirocco head-to-head against some of its toughest competitors.
We'll also see a Scirocco proof of performance test that is nothing short of spectacular, and take a ride with Sports Car Club of America national racing champion Tom Davey.
For almost 40 years, both as a print and broadcast journalist and as a recognized motorsports expert, Chris Economaki has been taking us to, or telling us about, motorsports events all over the world. We asked Chris what he would say to people who were considering the Volkswagen Scirocco.
Let's take a look at the precision German engineering that goes into the making of this high-performance Scirocco. Under the hood, a 4-cylinder, 90-horsepower overhead camshaft engine. A close-ratio 5-speed gearbox. This is a sports car that can accelerate from 0 to 50 miles an hour in just 7 seconds and stop from 70 miles an hour in less than 200 feet. And sports suspension with front sway bar. Special valving in the shock absorbers for that firm European ride. And high-tech blackout trim. Inside, full leather seats, a leather-covered steering wheel and shift knob, full instrumentation with tachometer, and a body that has a coefficient of drag of 0.38 with an uncluttered rear deck. Everything works together. This is a real driver's car.
It doesn't take Chris long to get the message across. Scirocco is the car for the sports-minded. It's good-looking, it's precision-designed and German-engineered, and it combines fun-to-drive performance with sleek aerodynamic efficiency.
There are also a number of advantages that Chris didn't mention. Advantages like front-wheel drive, which places the weight of the engine and drivetrain over the driving wheels to provide better traction and directional control. Rack and pinion steering, for sure, safe steering response, together with a good feel of the road. And Scirocco's negative steering roll radius, which is designed to help maintain directional control and stability even under such adverse conditions as a blowout, or accidentally driving off onto a soft road shoulder.
Plus 4-wheel independent suspension that allows each wheel to absorb road shock individually without affecting the other wheels. And a dual diagonal braking system that provides a backup retention of approximately 60% of original braking power should the primary system fail to work. And don't forget about Scirocco's handsome, ergonomically designed interior. All instrument panel gauges and indicator warning lights are clearly visible. All hand-operated controls easily reachable, and the seating is orthopedically designed to combine maximum support with driving comfort.
Recently, Volkswagen conducted a series of Scirocco high-tech rallies so that Volkswagen salespeople could experience for themselves just how well the Scirocco performs in competition. Chris Economaki was there, covering all the action.
There's an old saying in racing, when the green flag drops, the baloney stops. It means that once you get out on the track, it's performance and only performance that counts. Welcome to the high-tech rally, where the VW Scirocco goes head-to-head against the competition to test performance. Today, VW salespeople are going to put the Scirocco through a series of demanding driving maneuvers, then judge for themselves just how this German sports car stacks up against its strongest competitors. Now, let's take a look at today's matchups. The VW Scirocco versus the Mazda RX-7, Toyota Celica GT, and Chevrolet Camaro. First, an acceleration braking test, 0 to 50 to 0. All cars are right off the showroom floor. There's no special preparation, no professional drivers are used.
Got great acceleration, great pickup. I got a little bit too far over the speed limit, couldn't get me quite back down, so I braked it too soon, but braking response was fine too.
Okay.
Excellent car.
Okay, driver, how's that Mazda?
Yeah, right.
Definitely didn't have the acceleration that the Scirocco does. Braking didn't seem that terrible to me,
Okay.
in all honesty.
Didn't have the acceleration, huh?
Didn't have it.
The Camaro looks good, the Toyota looks good, the RX-7 looks good, but when you get in the Scirocco and you do the same as with the other cars, you find out that that's the difference between going fast and comfortably and not going so fast and being more out of control.
Next, a twisty slalom followed by a hard braking turning maneuver, the kind of panic stop you'd face on the road.
In order to gain a full appreciation of these cars, you have to drive them. And some of the competitors that we have driven today, we found that there's very little margin of safety. As soon as something unexpected happens on the road, the car does not behave as safely as a VW would.
I've had 2 Porsches and 3 Vets, and the Scirocco, as far as a road handling car, it would just, it would take any of them.
Hell of a car, really. Very easy to handle and good braking, fantastic.
Nice job, Great job.
I'd buy one.
There's no doubt that the Volkswagen salespeople who participated in the high-tech rally are convinced of Scirocco's performance and handling superiority.
That's the way most people who actually drive a Scirocco feel. One of the salespeople said it best. In order to gain a full appreciation of the Scirocco, you have to drive the car. You can admire its clean contemporary styling, acknowledge its German heritage, and marvel at the full complement of standard features and modern technology just by looking at it. But to fully appreciate Scirocco's performance advantage, you have to experience it, and that means driving the car.
And that's a very good reason why everyone should be encouraged to get behind the wheel, to experience Scirocco's acceleration, precise handling, and superb ride.
At the high-tech rally, we saw how the 1.8-liter powered Scirocco performed against some of the cars it sells against in the marketplace. But how does it stack up against some of the real heavyweights? Cars like the legendary Ferrari 308 GTS with its V8 overhead cam engine, or the Datsun Turbo ZX. To find out, let's go back to Chris Economaki.
Using a professional driver and this special slalom course designed by the editors of Road and Track magazine, we're going to run the Ferrari and Datsun head-to-head against our Scirocco. All speeds shown are official Road and Track test results. First, the Ferrari. A speed of 60.3, very impressive. Now the Datsun Turbo. .3, not quite up to the Ferrari, but we expected that. Now, here comes the Scirocco. Wow, 62.3. We've beaten the legends.
Wasn't that something? I know it's hard to believe, but it's exactly what we've been telling you. The Volkswagen Scirocco is an unbelievable automobile. No wonder Car and Driver magazine says Scirocco is among the best cars in the world.
And automobile races are among the most popular spectator sporting events in the world. And in addition to the fun and excitement they generate for fans, they offer manufacturers like Volkswagen an opportunity to show what their products can do, as well as test new technologies and innovations under the severest driving conditions. In just a few minutes on the track, race drivers subject their cars to stresses and strains equal to months of normal driving. And much of what is learned from the study and analysis of such race cars shows up in the cars in dealers' showrooms in the form of new and improved aerodynamics, suspension systems, engine components, handling features, and safety systems.
Ever since its introduction in America, Scirocco has been putting it all on the line at the racetrack, and it's been just about unbeatable. On the autocross circuit, Scirocco won last year's Pro Solo, beating such established cars as the Chevy Corvette and the Mazda RX-7. And for the past 3 years, with Tom Davey at the wheel, the Volkswagen Scirocco has won Sports Car Club of America National Racing Championships. No other production sports car can make that claim.
Tom Davey, a 5-time champion himself, also drives a Scirocco on the streets. What impresses him so about Scirocco? Let's take a ride and find out.
It's a car that's built to be driven. There are all those fancy designer sports cars with the big name labels and the big price tags, and they don't do anything better or even as well as the Scirocco. High-speed corners, it's very stable, holds the road. Another thing I like about the Scirocco is I think it makes a statement about the person who's driving it and owns it. It means he's not so foolish to think that you have to spend $20,000 or $30,000 to have a sports car that does all this. Scirocco does it for $11,000, $12,000 and performs every bit as well as those name sports cars.
Not only does Scirocco perform every bit as well as many higher-priced sports cars, in many instances, Scirocco actually outperforms them.
And when it comes to such sporty performance features as aerodynamic design, front-wheel drive, McPherson struts, power front disc brakes, rack and pinion steering, four-wheel independent suspension, negative steering roll radius, overhead cam engine with continuous fuel injection, and passenger capsule construction, well, they all come standard with Scirocco.
During today's program, you've heard about many of Scirocco's outstanding performance features. The reason is simple. As a total value package, Scirocco is without doubt the smartest sports car buy available. A body crafted by the world-famous Karmann Coachworks, German engineering, and a race car heritage. A list of standard performance features that's impressive, together with handling and performance that's positively exhilarating.
You've also seen Volkswagen salespeople convince themselves of Scirocco's competitive advantages against the Mazda RX-7, Toyota Celica GT, and the Chevy Camaro. And you saw Scirocco actually beat the legendary Ferrari and the Datsun ZX on the slalom course.
And finally, you had the opportunity to take a test drive with Tom Davey, one of America's foremost race drivers, to hear him talk about Scirocco.
To bring today's program into focus, Scirocco can be summed up in a very few words: performance, value, German engineering, handling, aerodynamic styling, and definitely a smart buy.